Hi everyone, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 59. Hi friends, welcome back to another Sunday Flosstube episode. I'm Liz, and I have all kinds of things to show you today. I've been gone for a week and a half, so you know that means I got a lot done. Kind of. No, I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. I'm very excited. Where do I even want to start? I was in Las Vegas last weekend, which is why you didn't see me, doing a little bit of wedding planning, which was really fun. We stayed at Park MGM, which we'd never been to before, and that was cool. Nice restaurant, a lot of nice restaurants. We ate at several of them, and we toured that venue, although that didn't end up being what we chose, but that was one of the places that we toured. And we met our wedding planner in person for the first time, and she's great, which is like, whew, sigh of relief. I mean, she was great over the phone and email, but you know. So she seems like super on top of everything and knows everyone and knows everything. So that's been really nice. And I think we have picked a place. I'm not gonna like name the specific place, but I think we picked a hotel and a ballroom, so that'll be kind of the setting for our Vegas wedding. So I'm very excited about that, and we had a good time. We were there all day Sunday that was like kind of our free day. And so I'm a big football fan, and so we watched the Dallas Cowboys game in the morning, and then what did we do in the afternoon? I don't even remember. But then we watched the Brady game, the Bucks Patriots game Sunday night, and that was just our fun, like, you know, football in Vegas day. We went to a bunch of sports bars and things like that. So yeah, we had a really fun time. And then Monday and Tuesday were wedding planning days. And I did manage to get to Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas. It's like 15 minutes off the strip somewhere. So we went and did that on Monday after we were done with wedding planning stuff. That was also the day that Instagram shut down for like, I think most of the day. And I kept being like, but I want to update everybody on my Stitcher's Paradise trip. But, you know, whatever. I finally got to post those pictures. You never know how much you need Instagram till it's gone. So that's probably a sign that I spend too much time on Instagram. That's okay. So yeah, so that was kind of our week. We just went on a short little 4-day trip, and then we've been back and working and hanging out and stitching and sewing and doing all the things. I started a new hobby over the last week, which I will show you. Yeah, let's get started with, I'm looking around the table because there's too much. Let's get started with FFOs, fully finished objects, and let me show you what I've been up to. Okay, so first up is this one. This is Silver Creek Samplers, My Christmas List. And this was stitched by my mom, and I framed it for her. So she stitched this on a 16 count Aida. It's a Picture This Plus, but we don't know the color. It might be Oaken. It's one of the kind of darker modelly brown ones. It's super pretty. It was a gift from one of you guys, sent her some fabrics, and so this is one of them. But it's beautiful. She used all of the called for DMC colors that are called for in the pattern, and I took this over, well, I took the stitch piece over to Michael's and found this red frame that I felt like just worked perfectly to pop out all those red details. And yeah, I'm just super happy with how this turned out. Michael's every once in a while does like the additional 70% off custom frames. And so I've talked to you guys about this before, but what I like to do is I like to pin, mount and frame myself, but I like to buy custom sized frames so it looks, you know, very custom and like I got it done professionally, but I'm like, I did it. Which just allows me to control how everything looks because I'm pretty particular, and it saves a little bit of cost at Michael's anyways. I don't know if it would save cost at every framer, but I know it saves, I think, about $20 at Michael's, so great. But yeah, so I just like to frame myself. So what I do is at home, I take the stitched piece and I press it and lay it out and measure it. And then I go to Michael's kind of knowing what size I want. But I know, at least at my Michael's, they will measure it for you too, if you want. But I like to just do it myself. So I just use my quilting rulers to lay out my pieces and measure the exact size of the stitching and then add on the margins. And so as you can see, I like about a 1/2 inch margin to show. So that means that I add a 1/2 inch and then I add a 1/4 inch for this lip, the stuff that's underneath this lip. So I add 3/4 of an inch to all sides of my stitching in order to get the frame size that I want. So everything, you know, is kind of lined up nicely. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. I've got a little bit of nasally crap. I feel like every time I travel, I'm just going to get like a little bit of a sinus thing. It's just going to happen, I guess. But anyways, so I will put the frame details on the screen because I know people have asked me for them. It's just their basic, they have like 5 or 6 different painted wood options, and this is just the red one they had. But I'll put it up on the screen in case you're looking for the exact same frame. And yeah, so did I already say? I got distracted by my nose talk. But yeah, so I pin mounted this onto foam board with a piece of batting underneath, and then we did no glass on this one since this is just seasonal and it'll be out, you know, just for a very short time. It's just the frame and the stitching, no glass, and yeah, that's my Christmas list. And yes, she loves it. I've already showed it to her. Okay, so my next fully finished object is a new craft. And I think I showed you, yeah, I had started this in my last video, and it's wool applique, wool felt applique. Let's see, what does it exactly call it on the pattern, or does it? It doesn't. It just says wool, just wool applique, I think. I'm probably gonna have to learn more about my new favorite hobby. So I made this little kit by Buttermilk Basin called Joy, Winter Joy Pillow. And I'm obsessed with it. Here it is. Oh, it's so stinking cute. Yeah, this was so much fun to make. And the kit was, I think, around $15, maybe $16. And it came with everything I needed. Everything you see here. It came with a backing fabric, which is just a cotton quilting fabric, and then it came with all of the wool to create the pillow. And other than that, I just had to add in some thread for hand sewing and some stuffing. And I could not be more pleased with my amazing little Christmas decoration. Okay, this is just reminding me, so I'm sure a lot of you watch Nell from Little Yellow House Crafts, but she recently entered some pieces in, I think, the Missouri State Fair, and was showing like her ribbons and, you know, talking about all the pieces she entered. And one of the things that she entered was an adorable cross-stitch pillow that was probably half the size of this, like just, you know, like a little cross-stitch pillow. And one of the judges commented that the pillow wasn't very practical. It's like a detriment or like a negative onto her pillow. And I laughed so hard about that. And she was like, what do you mean? It's not like a sleeping pillow. It's a decorative pillow, right? And so this is just making me think of not very practical, right? Like my my little pillow. Anyways, random segue. Go watch Nell, Little Yellow House Crafts, that video, and you'll really have a laugh at what the judges were saying about some of the stuff. But anyways, so this is the Joy pillow. What else do I have to say about it other than I love wool applique? I have one other kit that I've purchased, one other pattern I've purchased, and like 8 more in my cart on Buttermilk Basin. So a lot of you guys have recommended Sue Spargo. Is there anything else I should be looking at outside of Buttermilk Basin, Sue Spargo, just for like cute wool applique kits and patterns and things? Because this is the best. It really was super quick. So, okay, so I want to talk about like kind of my tips, because obviously I'm brand new at this, and what I found helpful was getting on YouTube and searching how to wool applique. And so I found a series of videos by the Shabby Fabrics, which had some great tutorials. And then I watched a video of from Lisa Bonjean on how she does her blanket stitch, like kind of in hand sewing method style, which was super helpful, and how I kind of did all of my blanket stitching. And let's see, what else did oh yeah, so I wanted to mention I did the fusible method, meaning all of my wool pieces are fused to the backing cloth and then stitched in place. It's just simpler to not have to worry about your pieces shifting around for me because I'm brand new. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay, so in order to cut out all your shapes, like you're given chunks of wool and then you need to trace the shape and cut it out. And I'm like, how am I going to trace this? They're like talking about like, oh, put it up in a window. I started this project at 10:30 at night. There was no sunlight. And I was like, oh, how am I going to trace this? Okay, well, I have an iPad and the screen brightness can be adjusted. So I literally just opened up a blank white note page on my iPad and turned the screen brightness as high as it would go. And then my iPad was a light box. So then I could just lay the pattern and then the fusible down on my iPad and see what I was doing and trace. So if anyone else out there wants to do some wool applique and you're like, oh, I don't have a light box. Do you have an iPad or a tablet of any kind that you can turn the brightness up? Use that. That's my genius tip for you. I'm sure it's been suggested elsewhere, but I felt pretty smart coming up with that at 10:30 at night when I really wanted to do wool applique. So this is just a simple pillow finish. You can kind of see a little bit right here, but this is where I hand sewed it on the bottom. And yeah, I just think it turned out so cute, and there will be more of these in my future for sure. Okay, so let's get into some cross stitch whips. I worked on my Winter Wonderland by Blackbird Designs a little bit more. And here is where I'm at with that one. I'm stitching mine on Lakeside Meadow Rue, 36 count Lakeside Meadow Rue, with all of the called for overdyed cottons. And I love this one so much. I am really only stitching Christmas stuff. I have one non-Christmas, but it's kind of like full-on Christmas stitching season, even though it's barely October. Or not barely. What day is it? October 10th? Okay, it's mid-October. It's fine. Do we really only have 2 months till Christmas? 2 months, 2 weeks? Wow. Okay. Anyways, this is my Winter Wonderland. Next up. Why do I get so like, I don't know. Summer House Stitchworks American Sampler number 3. Number 3? Yes. So this is a little like mattress pincushion. I can't remember where I saw this one, but I loved it. And I started it. So this is a brand new start. I started this probably right after my last video because I knew I wanted to take this with me on my Las Vegas trip because it's just 2 colors and I felt like would be portable and easy to work on, which it was. And so I got about halfway through the top, because there will be, you know, the top to stitch and then this side band. So I started with the top, and here is my progress. I love this. It's just 2 colors. It's a cherry cobbler and blacksmith blue from Classic Colorworks. And I am stitching mine on a remnant of 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. I think this is the bottom that I got cut off of my Oh Joyous Day. Or not Oh Joyous Day. Was it Oh Joyous Day? Yes, the bottom of my Oh Joyous Day sampler. That's the leftovers. And so the top will go here, and then the bottom band will go here. So this piece was going to be perfect. And yeah, that's how far I got. I was able to stitch on the flight to Las Vegas for about an hour, which was really nice. Rob and I, we flew Southwest and we had a whole row to ourselves, so I had some elbow room while he slept, and then I was able to do some stitching. On the way home, the flight was bumpy, which is the worst, right? I'm fine on an airplane. I mean, you know, I don't love it. Who loves it? I want to meet you and then know like why you love it. But like once we take off and we like reach cruising altitude, I'm like, I'm fine. Okay. I'm watching shows. I'm playing on my phone. I'm stitching. But the second there's turbulence, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, why do I ever leave my home? Why am I on this airplane? What decisions led me to this place in my life where I would put myself into a tin can in the air that's like bouncing? And then the second it stops, I'm fine. I hate it. I know I'm not alone. I know nobody likes turbulence, but like, and it wasn't even that bad, but it was kind of consistent. There was like a storm over Phoenix. And so we were in it for like 30-ish minutes. I was texting my sisters how much I hated it. Oh, but whatever. I like to go places, so sometimes there's turbulence. And I just try to tell myself that it's like a little piece of gravel in the road, like if you were in a car. But anyways, I know I'm not alone with my hatred of turbulence. So anyways, I did not stitch on the way home. But yes, so this is one of the projects I brought. And this is actually the only thing I stitched on in Las Vegas. I did bring 2 projects, but I didn't start stitching on this one until I got home. So let me show you my last little whip. I pulled out my Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve. I started this last year before Christmas and just did not get, well, I mean, I got maybe a quarter of the way through. I'm about at the halfway point now. And here is what it's looking like. I love this. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count fabric flare. I think it's called Tumbleweed. Does it say? It doesn't say right. Oh yeah, it does. Tumbleweed. So yeah, this is their color Tumbleweed. And it's like a vintage country mocha in the sense that it's printed. The dye is printed on, and then on the back it's just white. So, but yeah, I felt like this was like kind of the perfect color for this Prairie Schooler. So yeah, I just been working away on this one. It's pretty full coverage down here, and then over here where the sleigh is going to be is pretty full coverage. So I don't know if this is one I'll get done before Christmas, but I'm just enjoying working on it. Sometimes Prairie Schooler is just like soothing. It's like just big chunks of color and like cute little designs. I don't know. So I have been working on this one. Like I said, 32 count. So I'm doing 2/2, and I'm using all of the called for DMC colors. So, oh, actually, no, I did make a change. I think the dye lot has changed on 898, that dark brown, because it is like, so excuse me. This color is 3371, which is, you know, like the super dark brown black. And then the reindeer was called for 898, but 898 and 3371 are like so close that it just looks silly. So I picked a lighter, like more medium brown for the reindeer. So that's the only color change that I made. So yeah, that's my Christmas Eve. And so those are all my stitching whips. I did have one other, but it's a secret. I'm doing a Christmas smalls exchange with a few friends, and I started that this week, which is very exciting, but I don't want to show it, even though our partners are secret. So even if I showed it, you know, people wouldn't know it was for them, but I'm just going to keep it secret. I'll definitely show it to you guys when I'm done with it and the recipient has received it, which will be in like a month. So stay tuned for that. Some secret stitching behind the scenes, but all for fun. And yeah, I'm very excited about doing my first little smalls exchange. So, okay, what else did I have a quilt project to show you. Okay, so I'm sure you guys remember, was it last week or the week before when I finished my kitty corn Halloween quilt? Put a picture up to remind you. And obsessed with that quilt. Thank you all so much for the likes and comments on that quilt. And so many of you have started your own. Jennifer, Whistle Stop Stitcher, is making the big full-size version now. She's been posting on it about it in her stories, which I've been following along. That's super fun. So I'm loving all the kitty corn content. Kitty corn content out there. But so when I made mine, I bought the panel, you know, to do the cat cutout on the quilt. And then it also came, like that panel came with the big cat. And then it also came with 2 smaller cats and then some quilt labels. And this has just been folded up sitting in my office here. And I was like, oh, I want to do something with those like smaller cats. Like what else could I do? Well, I decided that I needed a matching couch pillow. So I went on Fat Quarter Shop and I got a mini charm pack of the kitty corn fabric line and decided I was going to make a similar but not the same quilt pillow. And so basically I'll insert some video I took. I'm not done with it, otherwise I would show you the finish, but clearly it's in pieces. But I started laying out all of my charm squares and cut my background fabric and started assembling all of my rows. And so, yeah, I'm very excited about it. So this is the background fabric. I had wanted to use the white like I had used in my wall hanging, but Fat Quarter Shop, where I was looking for fabric, they were out of the white. So I ended up getting the kind of mauve candy corn background, but I think it's super cute. And so once I finish the pillow front, I will attach the cat applique in the same way I did for the quilt. So I'm just going to use the double-sided fusible and a zigzag or blanket stitch on my machine to sew it down. And then I'm going to quilt the pillow top and make a little quilted pillow. And I think I'm going to film, so I've already filmed, you saw me kind of cutting out and arranging the pillow front. And I think I'm going to keep filming the rest of the process so I can kind of show you guys how I put together a quilted pillow with a zipper back. And I'm very excited about that. I wanted to have it done today. I ran out of time this week. I was busy catching back up on work and busy laying on the couch doing nothing yesterday. Well, actually, so that's a good that's a good segue. So I yesterday actually had my first wedding dress try-on appointment, and it was a lot of fun, but it was kind of stressful. I don't know. It was fun though. So I went to this boutique just like 5 minutes from my house with my mom and my sister Allison and baby Ben, and I tried on about 5 or 6 dresses. and I found one that I love, but it was a few sizes small. And so, you know, you just kind of do the thing where you like put it on and then they have like clips around your back. You know? If you've ever tried on wedding dresses, you probably know the situation there. And so it's kind of hard to like imagine everything perfectly because it's like, you know, kind of ill-fitting, but like you're getting an idea. And so I found one that I love. I just wish it had been in a closer size to like really get a better idea. But that's like contender number one. And I think next weekend I'm going to go to another store that has more options of that same designer and maybe see if there's some other stuff I can kind of try on to get a better sense of, is that the one or is there other options? I don't know. That's kind of like where I'm at with wedding dress shopping. Yeah, it was fun though. I definitely feel like I know kind of more of what I want now in terms of a little bit more glitzy and less lacy, kind of bohemian, which seems to be like the very popular thing right now, which is beautiful. But I think I want a little bit more sparkle fancy. Sparkle fancy. It's like my little pony name. Isn't that I don't know. I can't think of it. I feel like there's like a My Little Pony, like Sparkle Pony. I don't know. That's me, the Sparkle Pony. Why do I say everything that pops into my head? Anyways, I tried on dresses. It was fun. It was overwhelming. And so then I got home from that yesterday at like 4 and just like laid on the couch and stitched with Rob like the rest of the day. Watched football. Oh my gosh, that A&M Alabama game. Anybody watch that last night? Insane. I was texting my friend, one of my best friends, her husband went to A&M and he is the biggest A&M fan, and she recorded him during like the closing minute of the game, and it was so funny. Anyways, so what was I even talking about? Wedding dress shopping? Yeah, I'm making progress, guys. I'm very excited. And now I think is going to come the kind of fun stuff now that we kind of like know where we're going to get married. Like, and we have the space, we can kind of start planning like what it's going to look like and like the colors and if there's any room for me to do like some DIY stuff. The hard part with the DIY stuff is that it's destination, right? So like realistically, it has to be something I can transport to Las Vegas or ship easily enough. And so that might limit me. Also, I work full time and I do 1,000 crafts and hobbies. So do I have time? I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. I probably will incorporate a handmade ring bearer pillow though. You know I'm going to be cross stitching something for that. If anyone has any suggestions for ring bearer pillows, please, I'm all ears. Yeah, so, okay, that's enough ramble. I have got some beautiful gifts in the mail that I want to share with you guys, and I have got a lot of haul to show you guys, and then some giveaways. So let's get into that segment. Okay, so first up in the Happy Mail section, Arttie, who is Vintage Stitcher here on Flosstube, she sent me this adorable card that is from Kitten Stitcher. I love this. I really just want to I need to pin this up on my wall in here. It's so beautiful. She sent me a really nice note, and she sent me some of the floss drops that everybody is exchanging. And so she had made the Vintage Stitcher floss tube with this lovely little girl stitching. And so I have a hole punch. I just need to punch the big hole and the little hole, and then these are ready to go as floss drops. And then she had this printed on the back of them. And then she also sent me some little cardstock, cute little fall floss drops, which I've already used several of these for my secret stitching. Even though these are fall themed and my secret stitching is Christmas, a floss drop's a floss drop. So these are already in use. Thank you, Arttie, so much. And then Kate also sent me some floss drops, and she sent me this beautiful handmade card. I love this. Look how cute these are. These little shiny hearts. It says Katie Bug Creations, and there's an email. So I don't know if you sell your cards. Kate, you're going to have to tell me. Look how beautiful. Anyways, she also sent me floss drops. And look how gorgeous they are. Kate, I don't think you told me where this picture was taken. Is this one of your pictures? You don't say. But anyways, they're just gorgeous. And then they have on the back, floss brand, number, color, just, I mean, these are just like epic. So I cannot wait to use these. Thank you, Kate, so much. I've gotten so many floss drops recently. Like, I will never have to buy another floss drop again, I don't think. I'm gonna be set for like, okay, at least like a year. Okay, and then Joanne. So my friend Joanne, I met her at the Quilter Station retreat in Kansas City. We got sat next to each other in the front row and ended up, it was like the best seat in the house. I loved sitting up there and meeting Joanne. And she wanted to send me a little like gift basket of things from Maine, which Portland, Maine, which is where she's from, which was amazing. I don't have the items here in front of me because I'm gonna be honest, a lot have been eaten. She sent some chocolate seashells from this little gift shop. They're delicious, Joanne. I know you were asking, like, and hoping they taste good. They taste great. They're on our coffee table. We just keep opening the jar and reaching in and grabbing a couple. And then she sent these amazing lollipops. That one was a lobster and one was a moose for my nephews Charlie and Andy, and so I gave them the suckers. They loved them. And then whoopie pie mix that I cannot wait to make. I need to make sure I have all the ingredients. That's going to go on the grocery list. Anyways, Joanne, thank you so much for the wonderful gift. And look at this beautiful card she put in there. Love these little birds. And it's like embossed. It's like 3D. Thank you, Joanne. Okay, and then the lovely Judy, she sent me some charts that she didn't want anymore, and just some things that were duplicates, including, look at this, she sent me the Flea Market book by Lori Holt. She said she accidentally ordered 2 of these, and so she sent one to me, and I love this. This is one of the Lori Holt books I didn't have, and look at this little churn dash quilt. I mean, this is just full of all kinds of cuteness. So thank you. Thank you. And then she sent me a little stack of charts, which, I will definitely use some of these for giveaways, and some of these I'll be keeping. So I already have Sew by Row, so I know for sure that'll go into a giveaway. But yeah, I love this Christmas. Plum Street has such cool Christmassy ones. I've done a few of hers. Look at that one. So thank you, Judy. Okay, and then there's one more. I got so much wonderful stuff in the mail this week. You guys spoil me and make me feel overwhelmed, and I love it. Thank you. So from Tammy, she runs, let me make sure I have her shop name right. She has, vintagestitchers.etsy.com, and I'll put a link below. She's the one who did, I think I have it. Is that attractive? She's the one who has all these little glass flower frogs. She sent me one of these a while back when I started stitching my Liz Matthews Christmas tree, the 4th day of Christmas tree, and I still need to do the finishing on it, which is why this is sitting there without a Christmas tree on it. But I think she said she has more of these in her Etsy shop, and I know people went and bought all the ones she had before, but I think she said she's gotten more in. So this is like the little glass flower frog, and then she also makes like cross-stitch supply stuff. And this is a new thing that she's made. Let's see, what did she say she calls this? Stitcher's Sidekick. Guys, this is so amazing. So how do I show this? This is something that would sit on like the arm of your couch or your chair. And this is like a pin cushion, a little like filled with like walnut shells, I think, or the emery or whatever. It's really nice and stiff. And then it has little pockets to keep, you know, all of your little things. And this is like batting for your threads to stick to. And she made it in this fabric that I used for all of like my retreat stuff, like my project bag. Here, I'll show it to you right here. I'm all over the place today. But y'all remember my kind of deluxe project bag? This is what I took with me to Las Vegas with my projects in. And so she made it out of matching fabric because she knew it would match all of my stuff. and I just can't even handle the cuteness. It's just like so perfectly well made, and it has this little floss ring that you can attach right here for all your flosses. It's got all the little pockets and things, so like when it's hanging here, you can just kind of keep all of your stuff. And then, oh, oh, I've got the dropsies. And then she included these little, let me take them off so they're easier to see. These little covered button needle minders. So look, the little covered buttons, and then they've got a magnet on the back. So they can sit on here and like hold your needle, or you can put them on your stitching to hold your needle. And there's 2 of them. I'm very, very excited. I haven't started using it yet because I wanted to show you guys. So this is definitely going. I sit in like in the corner of the couch up against an arm. And so I'm gonna put this like just right over the arm of my sofa and stick my little needles in there and put my scissors in the pocket and add my floss to the floss ring. I mean, guys, this is adorable. So I think she said she's going to start selling these in her Etsy shop. So if anyone wants to go take a look, I will put the link below. Thank you, Tammy, so much. Thank you. I was hopping around the dining room showing Rob this with excitement. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that is all the lovely and kind things that people have sent to me this past week and a half, which was amazing. And then I also did a little bit of shopping. I did some in-person shopping when I was in Las Vegas. Let me show you that. I only got 3 things, 3 charts, because to be honest, I only packed a carry-on. So I didn't know what I was gonna have room for. And I really only had like a half hour to shop. So I decided just get a few charts because you know you'll be able to pack those. And it's just super fun to look through in person at a store's charts because you know, they don't just have like the new releases, they'll have older stuff. And I found a gem of an older chart I'd never seen. It's not out of print or anything. It's just one I hadn't seen. So let me show you those charts. I got this Heart and Hand Patriotic Tiny Town, which can be done as the long piece or the drum. And I've had this one in my head because Cecilia Turner, Heart and Hand, posted sometime on Instagram, maybe in the last month, that she was doing a Christmas tiny town that'll be out soon. So I had that in my head and I was like, well, I better get the patriotic one too, because I know I'm gonna want the Christmas one. So I got that. And then I also got, okay, so the Satsuma Street perforated paper Halloween ornament that I did recently, she does Christmas ones. Candy Claus. Look how stinking cute that is. And it's a kit, so it comes with the perforated paper and the chart and all the floss and the beads and the sequins. And I mean, look how freaking cute he is. And I'm just noticing there's more on the back. Oh my gosh, look at the partridge and the pear tree over here. They're all really cute. So I think these are new, 2020, so they must have come out last year. Okay, I'm just behind. But yeah, love this little ornament. And then the last chart I got, I'm gonna take out the plastic so you can see it, is a Kathy Barrick chart from 2013. So 8 years ago at this point. And I'd never seen it. It's not out of print. You can still get it. But I just was like, I've never seen anyone stitch this. And they had a model up and the model was beautiful. And, you know, they had the model on the wall. I had no idea what it was. I was like, where is this chart? What is this chart? She went and found it for me. And it's called Joy of Noel by Kathy Barrick. And I mean, look at that. All the little Christmas houses. There are cats climbing to get to the birdhouse. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's stitched in NPI. I love it so much. It's probably going to get started before this Christmas because I don't have 18 other Christmas projects to work on. I just love it. Like the tree, the leaves, the way they're outlined instead of filled in. I just love it. And let's see. Yeah, it's stitched with needlepoint silk on 40 count fabric 152 by 114. Perfect. Perfect. I'm kitting this one up very soon. Okay, I also placed an order with Carla at Cobweb Corner and got a couple of things I'd had my eye on. So I got, wait, let's see. Oh, I'm getting confused about which one I bought where. I think I bought two similar charts and I'm forgetting which one came from where. I'm pretty sure this is the one I got from Carla. Okay, anyways. Sue Hillis Designs Christmas Morning. And I don't know what else to say other than this big round box. I want to make it. I want to make it. This is so over the top, like just very 80s, 90s Christmas to me. And I'm like so nostalgic for it and I love it. So my stockings, I feel like had a very similar vibe. And I really want to make stuff out of this pattern. So I bought this one and I bought a, I'll show you the other one in a second, but that was one I got from Cobweb Corner. And then I got this super cute little Primrose Cottage Stitches Kind Words chart. So that's what I got from Cobweb Corner. And then from Fat Quarter Shop, so I had seen this one last year and hemmed and hawed and didn't buy it. And then finally I was like, I need it. I'm buying it. Because then now Sue Hillis has this pattern called Auntie's Sewing Box. And yeah, I need to make that sewing box. It's a paper mache box that you cover with your stitching. I'm gonna do it. I mean, look at these little like pockets. Everything is just ridiculously cute. It just feels so like vintage cross stitch to me, which I know 80s, 90s is not like, I know all of you who are older than me are laughing at me, but that's just like, I don't know. I love it. So I just love the 80s, 90s vibe, even though this is a brand new chart and I love it. But it just does feel very, very vintage to me. So yeah, I will be making projects out of this and out of the Christmas version at some point. I don't know when, but I just love them. And then also on the back, there's a Halloween themed one she has and a study in blue. So like kind of like a blue sampler. So she has other versions of these cool little sewing box sets. So I of course loved the Christmas and the sewing room because that's me. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention that sewing box one came from Fat Quarter Shop, where I'd also gotten the supplies to do my Halloween pillow. So I had gotten that candy corn fabric. Oh, let's see. Everything is a mess. So I'd gotten the candy corn fabric, and then I also got this jelly roll, which is called Ladybird by Crystal Manning from Moda. So here's the kind of Ladybird. It's very beautiful. And if you're from Austin or even from Texas, I'm sure you know this, but here in Austin, we are big fans of Ladybird Johnson, and we have Ladybird Lake and Ladybird Johnson Wildlife Center or Wildflower Center, Wildflowers. Anyways, love Ladybird Johnson. And so this line is named Ladybird, and I just love the actual colors and stuff. And I found a super cute pattern that uses a jelly roll. So I wrapped a jelly roll. And then, oh my gosh, these little zipper pulls. So I'm a big fan of Ruby Star Society, that brand and fabrics and all the designers. And they do sometimes little like notions and things. And they did these little zipper pulls. And I got the bow and the owl because how cute are those? And those are gonna get snapped onto some project bags. And then I also got from them, they did these little notebook sets, and I just figured like these would just be cute to have on hand as gifts and to tuck into like stitchy packages if I'm sending someone something. So these are like spools of thread. There's 3 of them in here. I can't remember what's on the cover of all of them. The back one is floral, but these little notebooks. And then I got this version, which has a little tomato pin cushion and pins, and then this back one is just a whole bunch of little pins. I don't remember what the middle one has, but I mean, they're stinking cute is what they are. And then I got a charm pack of Holly Holidays by Christopher Thompson for Riley Blake Designs. Here's kind of an idea of the Christmas fabrics included. And I was honestly thinking, oh, so I also got, oh, hold please. Oh, here it is. Okay, so also I didn't just get the candy corn fabric. I also got some Christmassy fabrics. So I got this, which matches, it's one of the prints in this charm pack. And so I thought that maybe I would do something similar to my kitty corn quilt, where I cut these up into mini charm squares essentially, and do 4 patches and then use this as my background. The only thing is this print does not have a panel. So like the kitty corn quilt, I did a background and then I did the panel, but I might just do this just as a plain quilt, like without an applique, and quilt it and still use it as a wall hanging. So I bought a charm pack and a yard for the background. And then I bought some stripe options for maybe binding. So just holding up wads of fabric at you. This is what I got. Okay, so let's do some giveaways. I offered up these 2 Cricut Collection charts last week as the giveaway. And let's start with Autumn. So the winner of Cricut Collection Autumn is Becky Pugh. Becky, I recognize your name. I love when I recognize people's name because I know they comment all the time. So hi, Becky. Go ahead and send me an email with your address and I will send you this Autumn chart. Okay, and then the winner for the Cricut Collection Sugar Cookies is Michelle Stopper. Hi, Michelle. You won the giveaway. So go ahead and send me an email with your information and I will send you the Christmas cookies chart. Yay! Thank you guys to everyone who entered, and maybe I'll have some more next week. We'll see. Okay. I think that is all I have. Thank you guys for joining me this week and every week that you do. I so appreciate it. I hope I have a little bit more quilting to share with you next week. I was making really good progress on that Christmas quilt that I showed you last time, but I have not touched it since we went on our trip and got home. So it's honestly because this room is a mess. I posted on my Instagram earlier in the week, should I clean my craft room or start a new project? And then it was a trick question because the answer is always start a new project. But we're reaching critical mass. I'm gonna have to clean this because I can't sew with my table covered in all of this cross-stitch goodness. I don't have enough space. It's always the problem. I'm like, Rob, we need a bigger house. I know it's just 2 of us and we have 1,800 square feet, but I need 1,800 square feet for craft space. No, we're not gonna move. The market is insane. Why am I talking about real estate now? But I'm sure you all know it's not just here. Even though I think Austin is like the second fastest or second most overpriced market. I don't know, however they word it. It's insane. I bought my house 2.5 years ago and it's worth like 75% more. Is that how the math works? It's not quite double, but it has gone up an insane amount for no reason other than that everybody appears to want to move to Texas. I mean, I know we don't have income tax, but the property tax here is crazy. So do the math before, because the property taxes will kill you, even though we don't have to pay income tax. So that's your Texas money chat. That's what this YouTube's about, is about Texas and money. No, it's not. This is where I get weird at the end of the video for those 6 of you who are still watching. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back next week and have a great week. Bye.